This is Bronwyn Bailey from the Private Equity Growth Capital Council, and this is Priya Pradhan from Cambridge Associates. We're here where Priya just gave a presentation on co-investments. And Priya, maybe you can tell us a little bit more about co-investments. My first question is, co-investments is become very popular with LPs. They'd like to co-investment rights. What is the performance like of these co-investments? What are you seeing at Cambridge?
Yeah, well, so you're right. We're seeing a lot of demand kind of across the industry for co-investments. The performance is actually a tough question because there's no good data set. It's a very private aspect of private investing, and a lot of the performance results are embedded within private capital portfolios. So no universal data set really exists. We've done some study and looked at co-investment fund performance and also the performance of co-investments within fund-to-fund portfolios, sort of as a proxy for institutional investors. And I think based on the historical data, the potential for outperformance is there, but it's by no means guaranteed, and not for the faint of heart, I think we would conclude.
Interesting. So what is your view then on adverse selection and co-investment behavior?
Yeah. So I like to think of these as a lot of commonly held views about co-investing that make it either easy to sort of quickly embrace or quickly dismiss, and these fall in sort of the dismiss category. In terms of adverse selection, we've done some analysis looking at how co-investments performed relative to their sponsoring GP's main funds, and in the study that we did of about 100 deals, roughly 40% or so did outperform their sponsoring funds, but roughly 60 didn't. And so I think adverse or not, selection matters.
Right.
So all the more importance on process and decision making in a co-investment program. We've also looked at a few other factors like procyclicality and what does co-investor behavior look like. And it has, though this is one of the more tactical parts of a private portfolio, it's hard to beat behavior patterns, right? And so investing looks easy when it's a good time in the market. It's also a frothy time. So.
Good to know. And so you must be advising your clients at Cambridge on co-investments. What advice are you giving your LPs?
We are. I think the advice we're giving is, look, the potential for outperformance is there, but it needs to be implemented very carefully, and a lot of thought needs to be put into the setup to both execute and implement a co-investment program and to monitor and track it. So we're taking a heavy focus on implementation.
Great. And do you see co-investments continuing to be popular with LPs in the future?
I think it is. I mean, I was at a conference some time back, and as you looked around the room, most people, when you asked them whether they had co-invested in the past, they said no. And were they considering it? They said yes. Today I asked the same questions, and the number of hands that went up for the first question far exceeded the second. Right. So people are doing it.
That's great. Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.